always got a bunch of dogs. Every time I try to make a completion video for Kong armor, the world's toughest deck armor, I've always got a jet plane landing, a bunch of dogs barking in the background, or a weed eater, or it's some type of device that's loud and obnoxious, right? And that's just the way it rolls when you work in backyards. But deck here behind me, I'm in Florence, Kentucky. Some people consider this Oak Brook, but this deck here, it had peeling Behr Deckover, something vicious, something wicked. In fact, you guys can look right here and see it's just coming off everywhere as we were washing it, right? It retained a little bit of it in places, patches of it. What we've done is we've brought in the world's toughest deck coating, an industrial grade elastomer that we call Kong armor, lifetime deck armor. And we've encapsulated this deck and locked down the peeling Behr Deckover and simultaneously resurfaced and drawn back its surfaces to just really high build, ultra tough protection. That's very, very beautiful and almost synthetic composite looking. It's a major transformation. I'm gonna show you. It's a major transformation for this family. They've avoided, at bare minimum, deck floor replacement, but likely they avoided tear down to the frame replacement because they also had peeling Behr Deckover on their rails, right? This color is called Kentucky Cabin. I can't take you guys up on the floor right now because it's wet. I wish I would have arrived a little bit later, but you guys can just see how beautiful Kong finishes, and look at the protection level. If you guys look, you guys will notice that you don't see any fastener entry points open. So no nail or screw entry points open. Another thing that you'll notice about Kong armor, there's absolutely no cracks or hairlines in here. You might be able to find one or something silly like that, but for the most part, we've covered them all over. And we've done that to create true water lock, right? But what we know is if we use industrial grade coating to cover over all your screw entry holes, your nail entry holes, we cover over all your cracks and all your hairlines, and we put this really thick build physical barrier over it, it locks out water. And when we lock out water, we do two things. We slow down the expansion and contraction cycle of wood, and definitely increasing its life. We stop fastener corrosion. 70 to 80% of you guys here in Cincinnati and northern Kentucky, you have what we call reactive fasteners, meaning they're just metal coated with a little bit of coating. But when you drive that screw down into the wood with drills and impacts that these guys used today, the heat and the friction of that just takes that coating off of there. So by having that physical barrier protection over the nail, the screw hole, whatever you want to call it, I call them entry points. It stops water from getting to them in the form of precipitation and dramatically slows down the rate of them corroding, of them rusting. Why is that important? Well, excuse me. It's important because if we can stop them from corroding and rusting, what we can do is we can stop the subsequent board rot. Again, 70 to 80% of you guys that have rotten boards on your deck is because you have fasteners that are rusting and corroding. The wood reacts with that, and it creates a bad situation. The wood starts to rot after the fastener corrodes because wood has a mineral content in it, and it reacts with the corrosion, and then you have rotten boards. So that true water lock that I'm telling you about that Kong produces, it's a huge value to deck owners. Not to mention the fact that we've totally encapsulated peeling Behr Deckover here. Kong's got a variety of other features too that make it the most sought after lifetime deck coating on the planet today, including splinter lock technology, UV block, mildew guard, algae guard, tough film technology, bead and drop technology. I can go on and on and on for 10-15 minutes about this stuff, but the super cool one that everybody likes is that Kong is locally backed here in Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. Life of ownership, So anytime, life of ownership, these customers now, they have a lifetime service promise where we'll come out, we'll do annual cleanings for them, spot touch up. What's cool about and great about industrial deck coatings is that they're very rarely outside of what we call an annual cleaning and a spot touch up or two. Meaning if you take care of them, they can last you a lifetime. Also, if they can show me that they have some type of degradation or damage that's outside of annual care and isn't caused by something radical, we can warranty it for them. Kong actually comes with a lifetime limited warranty as well. And both of these programs, these lifetime programs that I'm telling you about, we actually back them. We actually stay with the client and we actually help them. It's not like a sales gimmick. It's who we are. It's our company culture. We stay with the customer for life. We create lifetime deck armor systems, and we create lifetime relationships with our customers. I have deck owners now that are, well, up to 10 years in with Kong Armor. The majority of them 6-7 years in, and they love our system, you know. And we visit with them once a year or every couple years or however often they need help, and wash their structures up, touch them up if they need them, and they stay good. They don't ever have to completely paint or restain their decks ever again, and it's a huge savings. I mean, talking ungodly, it starts to compound massively, especially years 4 through 7. The compounding factor in those years are huge because all your neighbors around you, they're going through major restoration, tear down to the frame replacement, switching to composite, doing all this type of stuff, and you're not, right? Tell you what, if you're interested in a lifetime deck armor system, if you're interested in getting your deck saved from peeling Behr Deckover, if you're interested in Kong's lockdown encapsulation ability, whatever, go to kongarmor.com. Get signed up for a free quotation. We'll get you hooked up. I'm Anthony Ford, signing off from Florence, Kentucky. See ya.